So the trainer life. Woke up today at 4 o'clock. I had a accountability call at 5 a.m. Woke up for that. And she was at the gym, but she couldn't answer the call. Or she couldn't hop into the Google Meet while she was at the gym. The whole point of the gym call was to help her out with navigating through the gym, because she was new to the gym and she's not too familiar with gym machines and all that stuff. She couldn't get to the call. I was like, all right, well, I mean, like, listen, like my programs on my app is extremely efficient, so it's not going to be an issue, you know, learning the machines, probably just like navigating the format and the environment of your gym. So it wasn't really much of a big deal. I had a client at 5:30 a.m. We trained. I got the news that she wasn't going to continue training. We had one session left on the package that she's bought. Well, not the package, I'm sorry. She's actually in a subscription, but she pays in cash. So she pays monthly, which was actually an exception that I did for her. And sometimes, you know, when the vibes are right, and again, you as the business owner, you have the decision of whether you want to make exceptions or not. For this particular person, I did, because she had a unique situation, and it really touched me in my heart, you know, and my life. So I was like, you know what, I'll do this for her. You want to do subscription? Okay, fine. You want to do cash and pay in person? All right, let's do it. So it's not automated payments. So technically it is packages per month, but she has a set due date. Regardless, she had one session left. The past 2 weeks, she hasn't really showed up. It was her birthday. Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, what I loved, what she said was that, like, listen, like, you taught me a lot. I trained her for almost like a year and change, and she lost tremendous a lot of weight, fat. Her transformation's pretty unique, and it's amazing. And you know, she's in a relationship, and this is a common trend. You know, I don't really talk about this, but this is a really common trend with training women. You know, a lot of women come up to me when they're like in their most vulnerable, they're not confident, they're trying to lose weight, tone, gain some muscle. At the end of the day, the whole thing is just confidence. The confidence is there. And then once they start seeing results, or once they achieved the results, then their confidence is off the roof. And, you know, I'm going to expose my business. Like, the turnaround is there because they end up seeing results. So then all of a sudden they get into a relationship, you know, they get into a point where they're happy, or, you know, they start settling down, or they finally get engaged, they finally get married, and they're satisfied. They already started applying the lifestyle habits that I taught them, the training program that I taught them. And, you know, like, if you did your job as a trainer, at the end of the day, like, the whole goal is for them to become independent and have the opportunity to, you know, spread their wings. So it's bittersweet, you know, I love her to death, but listen, when she's ready to, you know, spread their wings, like, it is what it is. Like, you just got to let them go. And, you know, when I first started training, you know, 13 years ago, I used to get very bitter, and I was like, oh man, like, maybe it's me. How come they're not staying with me, yada yada. But after a few years, you start figuring out, okay, like, this is part of the job, this is part of your career. Like, clients are gonna come and go. Like, you know, this 5:30 a.m. slot is gonna be available, and someone else is gonna jump on that. You know, it's just that type of business. Whether it's in a year, whether it's a quick turnaround, it's 2 months. You know, but yeah, I mean, we have one session left. I did offer online coaching. I was like, listen, like, I know everything is 100% perfect for you, but, you know, if maybe you need some guidance, or maybe you need some accountability, maybe the online app may be good for you. But the unique situation here is that I have given all my clients access to the app. So maybe she didn't really feel like it was needed as much because she was in person training as well. So I don't know, that's a conversation that we can have on our last session. You know, you never want to be too pushy, especially if, you know, they've been with you, they've been a loyal, you know, client, a loyal friend all these years, and it's sometimes if it's time for them to go, it's time for them to go. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, you're not gonna baby them forever, you know. But yeah, and I'm sure there's one of the reasons is the relationship. Like, you know, they're fresh in the relationship, you know. Not necessarily this scenario, but sometimes guys feel a little iffy with a guy trainer in their woman's life, and they're like, all right, like, you should stop. You look fine. Maybe we could work out together, yada yada. And it's very, very unique, this type of scenario. But yeah. But right now I have another client. Right after that, I literally went to the gym, I trained, and I did have one of those workout days where, like, I did a lot of mobility, I did a lot of stretching, I did a lot of warming up, and then, you know, I'm listening to some YouTube content of, like, sales, because I'm always trying to expand my knowledge, learn different perspectives, and expand my knowledge, like I mentioned. So, you know, I'm never listening to music, to be honest, and I think maybe that's why I'm a little antisocial at the gym. And even me as a trainer, I shouldn't be. But sometimes, you know, you're just learning so much, and you just have that, like, chronic bitch face, and you're lifting, and you're just focused. Even between sets, you know, sometimes you use that time to utilize and try to network, which I do. But just most times, I'm just so focused on my empire, and I'm trying to build, you know, and expand, and I'm trying to learn as much as possible. So, like, people talk to me, I'm like, hey, what's up, fist pound, and I'm just, like, focused, you know. So it was like one of those, and then towards the end I had a little bit of a pump, and now I'm rushing to my next client. So this is a nice little check-in for you guys. I have a client next. He's trying to lose weight. We finally, I think he started at like 330. He's at the 280 mark. We're trying to keep him at the 270s as a next goal, especially since the summer. You know, as a trainer, you gotta kind of understand that, like, for a client, their lifestyle, most people's lifestyle, especially when you're in 20s, at the end of the day, you can't be their father. You can help them, but you can't be their father. They're gonna be blacking out. They're gonna be popping bottles. They're gonna be going out to eat during the weekends. So you have to manage as much as possible in those scenarios. So yeah, you know, it's tough, but it all comes down with experience. You know, if you have experience with those scenarios, then you're golden. And eventually they'll lose, like, just like this guy. You know, he just lost, I believe, 50 pounds total. And he knows it's good to work out. He knows that he needs this. He knows that sometimes, you know, he does get off track, but the point is to kind of maneuver and stay on track. And